Hey guys, I have here the iPhone SE. This one is from 2020, the second generation iPhone SE. I'm going to do a back glass replacement on this device. So for this one, you will need eye protection and some gloves also. And you will need a heat gun in order to hit the back glass and also a blade to remove the glass. For this one, I decided to get a new heat gun. This one has a temperature control and I can control the temperature of the heat gun. So initially the heat gun was at 200 degrees Celsius and I started hitting the back glass and used my blade in order to remove some of the broken glass. Previously I was using a very cheap heat gun. This one also is a cheap heat gun. The temperature control is not very accurate because the heat that is coming from the heat gun can be most of the time higher than what is displayed on the temperature control. So in order to do this, after you hit the back glass of the broken iPhone, you need to take your blade and try to go between the back glass and the frame of the device, the metal frame. And after you have the blade inserted, you can simply pull the glass. So here also it is very easy to remove the glass that is directly above the wireless charging coil. There is no glue that attach the glass to the wireless charging coil. So this is why you can see it is very easy to remove the glass that is directly above the wireless charging coil. Most of the glass that I was removing currently was very easy and I didn't use any heat to remove those ones. Also, the best way to remove the glass that is on the back of the iPhone is to have the heat gun directly on the surface, hitting the surface that you're working on. Currently, this is what I'm doing and I found out this is the best way and the most efficient way to remove the glass that is on the back of the iPhone. Currently, I'm no longer using 200 degrees Celsius that was displayed on the temperature control of the heat gun, and I am using 300 degrees Celsius, and I can see that this is a good temperature in order to remove the glass. Currently, I have the heat gun on the highest setting for the air output. It is pushing the most amount of air possible from the heat gun, and the temperature is still at 300 degrees Celsius. I did the same job on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12 with my regular heat gun, which doesn't have a temperature control, and it did work also. So using a very basic heat gun without a temperature control is going to work also. Using a regular heat gun, what I do not like is the lack of temperature control, because if you have the regular heat gun at the maximum output, you're going to push above 500 degrees Celsius of heat, and it is going to be a little bit too much for the back of your iPhone. You will have to put the iPhone in front of the heat gun, hit it first, remove the device in front of the heat gun and use your blade to remove the back glass. So here the best thing is I have the device in front of the heat gun from start to finish, and I was able to remove all the glass that was on the bottom portion of this iPhone SE. Here I'm using the same setting for the upper portion of the iPhone SE, 300 degrees Celsius. The heat gun is probably pushing at the tip of the heat gun around 350 to 400 degrees Celsius. If you have the heat gun at the right temperature and the blade, you can see it is very easy to go between the back glass and the frame of the device and remove the glass. So here something that I noticed was the device was a little bit too hot in this moment, and I had to remove the device in front of the heat gun and try to remove the glass away from the heat gun. The heat gun was pushing the air at level 2, the maximum output. So I decided to go back into level 1, the smallest output for the air that is coming from the heat gun, but the temperature is still set at 300 degrees on the heat gun temperature control. So after going back to the level 1 air output on this heat gun, I can see that I am still able to remove the glass without too much problem. So I can say the best way and safest way to remove the glass on this iPhone SE will be to use the level 1 air output and have the heat gun set at 300 degrees. At least those are the best settings for the iPhone SE that I'm working on currently. If it is a different iPhone, you may want to bump up the temperature control on the heat gun and have it around 350 degrees and try that one if it is not working for 300 degrees. Near the edge of this iPhone SE, the glass that is very close to the edge of the device, there is a small plastic that goes around the glass. So you need to be a little bit careful on that area, not to scratch or cut that small plastic that is around the edge of the device, because if you cut that plastic out, you will see it after you install the new back glass. So I found out the best way to do this without cutting or scratching that small plastic will be to insert the blade on the inside between the back glass and the frame of the device and pull the glass going toward the edge of the device. This is going to prevent any cut of the small plastic that is near the edge of the device and directly between the back glass and the frame of the device. You can see this is what I'm doing currently. I just insert the blade between the glass and the frame of the device and pull the glass going toward the direction of the edge of the device. Also near the camera, if you're having some issues removing the glass that is around the camera, you need to break that glass first in order to have it in smaller pieces, and after that you can simply remove the glass that is directly below the camera. There is a small tool that is made to break the glass on the back of iPhones. It is very true for the iPhones with the reinforced glass around the cameras. Those glass are very thick and they are more difficult to remove compared to the other part of the device. Currently, this iPhone SE is free of all the broken glass that was on the back. The only thing left is cleaning the back of the iPhone SE, and cleaning is going to be removing all the small part of red that you see on the back of the iPhone SE. You need to take your blade and scratch all those small parts and scratch all the glue that is still remaining on the back of the iPhone before the installation of the new back glass. Also, while doing this, make sure that you're careful not to scratch the small plastic that is around the device near the edge of the device. I was able to remove most of the stuff that I wanted to remove out of this back glass. If you want to perfectly remove everything, including the trace of glue that you see on the video and also all the small red dot that you see, you need to use a nail grinder in order to grind all those stuff out of the frame of the device, or also you can use a very thin or a very fine sandpaper in order to remove all those. So I wasn't very satisfied with what I had, so I decided to clean the rest of the glue and remove some of the glue and the red dot that you can see on the back of this iPhone SE. I used a nail grinder on my video of the iPhone 11. That one was perfectly cleaned before the installation of the new back glass. Before I install the new back glass, I like to test the back glass to make sure that it fits on the back of this iPhone SE. This one is good. I do not have any issues with the fitment of the camera. This is the primary reason why the back glass is going to not fit or crack after you install the new back glass on your iPhone. This back glass came with double-sided tape already installed on the back. You can install the back glass on your iPhone SE this way with the pre-installed double-sided tape. This is going to work. The back glass is going to stay on the back of your iPhone due to the double-sided tape, but the best way to do this will be to remove the double-sided tape and use B7000 in order to seal the back of the device like Apple did it. This is the small mesh that is on the back of the device for the external microphone. You should install this on the back of your iPhone first before the installation. Clearly you can see I forgot to do that, and I'm going to remove the back glass and reinstall the mesh for the microphone. And yes, for this one I will be using my regular heat gun, the one and only, the one that I use on all my previous videos. Please keep in mind that you need to install the external microphone mesh before you install the back glass. If you can't remember, write it somewhere when you're ready to do the back glass replacement on your iPhone SE. If you want to do this properly, first you need to remove the double-sided tape on the back of the back glass. Removing it can be a little bit tricky and it might even damage the back glass, but you need to remove that double-sided tape first, and after that you take your B7000, have the glue all around the back glass of your iPhone SE except the areas where you can see component of the device. Then you simply install the new back glass on your iPhone SE.